start by, all right, hello, and we are going to be doing our upper body, arms, and back workout today. So make sure that you have a mat, grab your water, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm also going to use a band as well for some of the movements, and I'll pull those out now. So you can use these bands or even the shorter bands. Oh my gosh, I haven't used these in a while. These shorter bands you can also use too. You can pick some of these up on Amazon, or these are Arena Strength bands. They don't break because they're fabric. I'll leave a link down below for where you can get that. Anyways, I'm going to be using these bands for our workout today. We are also going to be going through a warm-up. This will be a short workout, something that you can do at the comfort of your own home so that you can at least get started and start to get a little bit more consistent with your exercise, because variety is something that definitely can help you stay consistent. So when you're ready, we're going to start first with our warm-up. And with our warm-up, let's start by standing. We're going to roll those shoulders, making sure our shoulders are getting a nice warm-up today, because we're going to be working them out. And then when we're ready, going backwards. It's always nice to warm up our joints. Good. When we're ready, if you're close to a wall, you might have to step forward a bit, just off crossover next. Good. And because we're working upper body and back today, there's going to be a little bit more focus on warming up our upper body and especially some muscles of our back first. Okay, from here, let's take our hands together. Let's interlace our fingers. And then all we're doing is just making circles with our wrists. So this is good if you sit at a desk all day and you do a lot of desk work, or you do a lot of work with your hands, your fingers. This is good for warming up those wrists, getting some circulation going to them. And then when we're ready, take your left hand, you're going to flatten it, right hand on top, and you're going to do a little bit of a stretch here. So this is your wrist stretch, and you're going to feel a stretch here along here, slight bend in the elbow. If you're double jointed, try not to lock the joint. Try to have a slight bend. And then when we're ready, flip it over. And you might find one side's a little bit tighter than the other. That's okay. And then when we're ready, just lightly press. So you're going to lightly press. Okay. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Try to get that thumb in if you can, and just go to a mild discomfort. It should feel like a nice stretch, not painful. If it feels painful, you're pushing a little bit too hard, you're trying to force it into a stretch. We don't want that. We want it to feel nice and like it's getting a nice stretch, not that it's becoming painful. Okay, flipping that hand over. Feeling the nice stretch now on the opposite side of our forearm. Good, and then once again, pressing. So we're just pressing our forearm with our hand, with our left hand, right forearm. You can even press down on certain points if you want. Or press closer to the elbow. Might feel some tender points here. Okay, from here, just shake it out a little bit. We'll go into our hip circles next. So going into our hip circles, noticing how our hips are feeling. Good, and then going the other way. And when we're ready, we're going to bend down, hands on top of knees. Let's go into our knee circles, and then we'll go the other way. Excellent. From here, let's take a nice mountain pose. We'll spread our We'll spread our toes up and then we'll place them back down. Place your feet about 2 or hip width apart here. We'll take a nice deep breath in. Inhaling, reaching up, and then exhaling. We're bending forward, slight bend in the knees. So I'm going to do this from the side here, slight bend in the knees. And then from here, exhaling, we're going to reach all the way down, letting our head and neck hang for a moment. And then when we're ready, we're going to bend those legs deeply. Again, we can either roll up slowly or we can come up into our reverse swan dive. Inhaling up and then exhaling. Once again, coming down, bending our legs. Inhaling, lifting our head and our chest up, and then exhaling, reaching down, warming up our back a little bit more. Good. From here, one more time. Inhaling, coming up, and then exhaling, coming down, feeling that nice stretch in our legs. Staying here for a moment, doing a couple shoulder rolls on that right side. We're rolling our shoulder backwards. Good. And then when we're ready, rolling our shoulder a couple times backwards on the left. Exhaling, coming down. Okay, for this next one, we can come onto our mat. We're still in the warm up, but it's okay. We want to make sure we're good and warmed up. Okay, so hands will be spread like starfish, knees about hip width apart, and then from here, belly button tucked in, really giving that tummy a nice squeeze here. And then from here, inhaling, starting to point that tailbone to the sky as we open up our hearts. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, pointing your tailbone to the sky. Exhaling, pushing that mat a little bit further away, feeling that nice stretch in our rhomboids. Good. Inhaling, gently squeezing our shoulder blades together as we contract our back. Exhaling, rounding our spine. Inhaling, we're stretching our tummy here as we contract our back. And then we'll do one more each way. Breathing out, rounding. And then inhaling. Okay, from here, let's move our knees back. And then we're going to just push back into a child's pose. We'll take a nice deep breath in. And then we're going to exhale out. On this next inhale, let's come to our modified plank. So remember, modified plank, we're not letting the hips sink because then we're not activating our tummy. We're lifting our tummy up and there's a slight lift to our hips here. So we're activating our core. We're going to shift back. Yeah, and then we're going to inhale, shifting forward. Once again, making sure tummy is activated. So pull your belly button into your navel. Or pull your navel in. Good. Exhaling, coming back. Inhaling, shifting forward. Once again, squeezing your tummy muscles here. Good. And then option to press for chaturanga. Good. Shifting back. Inhaling. Shifting forward. Once again, option to press. And then shift back. Okay, one more time. Okay, excellent job. Okay, from here, we're going to actually go into one of our first exercises. So we'll go into a plank first, And your choice if you want to go into, the modified, the one that we just did, you can definitely do that. We'll just hold a plank. We're going to go into another movement. And then once again, we'll kind of switch back and forth between certain movements. So we may do plank more than once today, just because it's such a good movement for your upper body. There is another movement that is really good for you that people don't like, that, yeah, why not? We should fit it in. It's called push-ups. Yeah, so we'll kind of go through that today as well. Okay. So first, let's go into our plank. Okay, so your choice, you're either going to do modified or you're going to do the full version. On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, lifting up. And right here, we're going to focus on our breath, belly button tucked in. We're focusing on our breath. We'll make sure that our hips aren't going too high. So we want to level out if we can. Might be hard to see if you're by yourself or you don't have a mirror. Just keep breathing through it. Think to yourself, we can actually say some affirmations here. I'm strong. I'm building my dream body. I am authentically creating the life and the health I desire. Almost there. I am flattening my tummy. I am strengthening my core. These are just some affirmations you can say, repeat to yourself. 3, 2, 1, and good. All right. If you made it the whole minute, awesome. I'd love to hear if you did. We're going to move into our next movement, which is, this one is called scuba diver. So this is a compound movement. You're going to have arms in 90-degree angles. So they're not quite out straight like this, but it's a 90-degree angle. And both arms are like this. You're going to stare towards the floor. And then you can pretend that there's an orange between your chin and your neck here. The movement goes like this, where you're lifting legs up and arms up together. So feet are together for this one. So you're breathing in here and then exhaling, 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to aim for 10 of these. Okay, so on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, lifting up. 1. And if you want, you can let your hands and feet touch after each one, or for more sensation, let them hover. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got this. You should be feeling your low back, your upper back, and your shoulders here. 8, 9. Let's just go to 12, okay? 10, 11, and 12. Okay, excellent job with those. That is an exercise that you can do for your low back and your shoulders. You can come into, once again, your child's pose as we set up for another plank. This one we're going to be doing on our side here. And I'll give you 3 variations. So if you've never done a side plank before and you want to still try it, what I'm going to say is bend your knees and then from basically have your knee and your elbow in alignment, and you would pop up like this when we go to hold our side plank. Okay, and that's one variation. The next, if that one's, if you find that that one's not enough sensation for you, or if it's not pushing you enough, or you've done that one before, the next one up is this one. So I'll give you the choice of either or, okay? And of course, if you can do the advanced one, feel free to do it. The advanced one, I didn't put my shoes on, but you definitely want to have shoes for that. Okay, and we're just going to aim for 15 to 30 seconds. each side. So go ahead and pick a side, whatever side you think is going to have the most difficulty with this, do that side first. So I'm going to do my left, and once again, we're going to just pop up. There is one more variation too. If those two are too much, you can do fist for wrist and then come up, and basically you're coming up from an all fours position, turning that one leg out, and then the foot, knee, and hand are in alignment. Okay, so we're going to do a side plank, your choice, which one you want to start with. Okay, so on the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, lifting up. Okay, and we're just holding our plank here, elbow and shoulder in alignment. Okay, and we're holding, keep holding. You got this. Almost there. Keep going, keep going. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good job. This shoulder's been a little tight, so that actually, I was surprised because usually I can do the advancement. Alrighty, on the count of 3. So once again, but if you're doing this version, bottom leg is down. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, lifting up. So lifting up through our obliques. Okay, keep holding, you got this. Belly button tucked in, of course. Almost there. Almost there, and come on down. Okay, excellent job with those. All right, next we're going to go into another movement. This time we'll grab those bands. And this one is for your mid back. Okay. So we're going to do some rows together. So this is why I like these bands. You have a little bit more length and you can work with them a little bit more and do different stuff. I mean, with the shorter bands, I just find sometimes because they're shorter, there's only certain stuff you can do with them, certain movements. So what we're going to do is a row, and these are those arena strength fabric bands. You can do so much with these too. Love it. From here, we're going to have palms up. We're going to roll our shoulders down and back. We'll lean back just a little bit, slight bend in the knees here. And then from here, belly button tucked in, we'll stick out the chest, and then breathing in, exhaling. We're squeezing in between our shoulder blades. So we're not squeezing the shoulder. We're squeezing in between the shoulder blades. So you should feel this warmth, or like this is getting activated back here. If not, then stick out belly button tucked in, stick out the chest a little bit, and then exhale. 1, 2. See, even I can feel it. And I'm used to doing weights. So really make sure you're activating back there. Good. 5. So really feeling those muscles back there, or back muscles. Good. So we're working our rhomboids and our lats here. Okay, we're going to do 3 more of these. 2, last one, and squeezing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good job. All right, and that's something that you can do for your upper back, your mid back here. And next we'll go into another movement. This one is is our push-ups. So a lot of ladies do not know how to push up proper, and it's okay. You know, I don't even know if, you know, when you do push-ups for sports, if it, you know, is it getting properly, like, you know, is form, you know, it's more about quantity or, you know, wanting, or, you know, getting warmed up. So yes, some sports will do push-ups, but how well is the form, right? And a lot of the time with push-ups, a lot of ladies don't actually have proper form with it. And it's no fault of their own. It's not like we go around wanting to like do push-ups. We don't. Not a lot of ladies do, but there are ladies that do. I was one of those ladies that liked feeling pumped off the push-ups. So when I first got my own apartment, that I actually was doing, I'd wake up and do push-ups and bicep curls, like as my thing in the morning. Drink water and then do that at the time. Anyways, things have changed since then. I don't do push-ups in the morning anymore, obviously, but it's a good thing to know what to do, and you know, just to have, and you know, working our upper body can really help us boost our confidence. So that's what we're going to do here. And with our push-up, we're going to do it from the knees. I'm going to show it from the knees, and you may not always have a mat. Give yourself about almost like double shoulder width apart when you're doing your push-ups, so that you can actually activate the chest muscle. And the cool thing about push-ups is they can actually help lift these guys, our boobs. So they can actually help give us some lift there. And so what you're going to want to do is thumb will be pointing to the wall in front of you. Thumb and index finger will be pointing to the wall in front of you. You'll spread your finger like starfish. You're going to shift forward, kind of what we do in our plank. Once again, we're not letting those hips sink, belly button tucked in. And from here, we're going to breathe in. We're going to roll our shoulders down and back. We'll stick our chest out just a little bit. And then from here, 1, 2, coming down. Okay, and then that's the movement. So we'll get into position together. So thumb and index points to the wall in front of you. We're going to roll shoulders down and back, relax the shoulders, stick out the chest, and then from here, 1, 2. We're just going to aim for 5 to 8. Okay, 2, 3, and you don't have to go down all the way. If you have any shoulder or neck injuries, maybe skip this one for now. I'll have to show wall push-ups another time. Okay, we got one more. And awesome. Okay, we'll go into a wide arm child's pose here, because that always feels nice afterwards. Okay, coming down, we're going to go into our, let's go into our Supermans. So these ones are flying Supermans, belly button tucked in. You're going to lift up, 1, 2, and then come back down. Once again, hands and feet can come back down after each one, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, breathing in, and then lifting up. 1, 2, exhaling, 2, 3, we're going to go to 10 for these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, excellent. Okay, and so that is a circuit that you can do to help with posture, but also to help with firming up your arms, toning up your arms. And we have one more movement that I forgot to mention. So this one's chaturanga, and this one will be different. You're going to have your hands directly underneath your shoulders. We're going to do this one from the knee as well. Thumb and index will still point towards the ceiling, or sorry, not the ceiling, the wall in front of you. And then from here, breathing in, coming down. We're doing those chaturanga presses, okay? So you're inhaling and then exhaling, coming down, okay? So get into position, thumb and index point towards the wall. We're gonna breathe in, and then we're gonna exhale. 1, 2, 2. We're gonna aim for 10 of these if we can, 8 to 10, okay? 3, 4, you got this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, and 10. Okay, excellent job here. Okay, so that was a little bit of everything. We're going to go into a little bit or cool down now. So remember that circuit that we just did, you could do that up to anywhere from 3 to 4 times. So 3 to 4 sets. If you do it 3 to 4 times that circuit, you got 3 to 4 sets that you've just did for your arms. Okay, let's take our elbow up towards our head. And then when we're ready, let's take that arm across that other arm. So one thing that you may notice as you're working on your form with your exercises is that you need to be in proper form in order to activate certain muscles. Take our hand up by our head. And especially when it comes to our upper body, it really helps to, make sure we're in proper alignment. Because if not, we may not be feeling it, or we may be firing off other muscles. Like a lot of the time with the push-ups, a lot of the time ladies will not activate the proper muscles. They'll end up using their shoulders. Okay, when we're ready, we'll bring those arms down. Okay, let's come to a stand-up position. Yeah, so a lot of the time ladies will be working more so their shoulders when they're doing a push-up, as opposed to actually using the pectoral muscle. And that's what we need to do, is we need to use, our chest muscles. That's what we need to use when we're actually doing push-ups, right? Same with if we're working biceps, we need to make sure that's activated. We want to work this, we need to make sure we're feeling it in the exercises. So always make sure your form is on point. And that's how you're going to get great results, right? Even focusing on the muscle when you're doing it, that's how you're going to get results. Okay, so take your arms next. We're going to interlace them in behind our back. We'll take a nice deep breath in. Lifting up through our chest, and then exhaling, bending forward, feeling that nice stretch in our legs, bringing our arms to where our bodies will allow. Good. Letting them go. We'll go into a back stretch here. Okay, and then when we're ready to come back up. All right, from here, we can take our arm against the wall and then just get close to the wall as possible. And this is how we can stretch our biceps here. Okay, when we're ready, we'll bend that arm. We'll go into our chest stretch. So if you have a lot of tension in the front of the chest and the shoulder, do these stretches, biceps and chest. And yes, you will need a wall. Good, and then switching sides. So switching sides, arm long, nice and long, slight bend in the arms so that you can get into the stretch here. Good. When you're ready, bend the arm, open up the chest, and let your breath massage your body. Okay, good. From here, we'll do one for the lats, and you will need a chair for this one. So go ahead and grab a chair. You're going to place hands on top of the chair, and then you'll just come back, belly button tucked in, of course, into a downward dog. Feel a nice stretch along your back, along the sides here. Okay, and if you can't go all the way back, just go to where you can. All right. Excellent job with today's workout. I'd love to know how it went for you and how you felt afterwards. Remember the part where we did the circuit, you can totally do like anywhere from 3 to 4 times. And you know, if any of the exercises become easier for you, you can always add weights to certain ones, and you can always you know, with the plank, you can always challenge yourself a little bit longer by holding the plank a little bit longer. Or you can even go into a higher plank if you want, or take 1 foot off the ground when you're doing it, right? So many ways to push ourselves, right? But the main thing is, especially if you want to stay consistent in your workouts, is you need to have that variety. You need to have, you know, also know what you're doing to each of the days that you're working out, or what you need to work on, and what exercises are best for, you know, getting you to your goal. So anyways, this has been fun. Next week, I don't think I'll be doing workouts, just it's my daughter's last week of school, so it's a little bit of a busy week. But I will be popping in and just checking in on you guys, seeing how everything's going. And other than that, hope that, you know, you find these workouts useful. I'll start getting them organized and putting a lot of these workouts that we've done now and before along the side there. And yeah, if you have any questions about workouts, or, you know, anything to do with exercise, feel free to comment below this video, or you may even leave a comment in the group, or you can even message me if you're in our community. All right, have an amazing day, and we will see you again soon.